Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use CeraVe's Eye Repair Cream, which can be used daily in the morning as well as evening. And it contains hyaluronic acid, ceramides and niacinamide, which helps to hydrate the skin, it reduces puffiness and lightens dark circles. Now you can include it in your current existing skincare routine, and you can use it along with any other skincare products which you may be currently using. But the confusing part can be, when should you add it to your skincare routine? Like, after what step are you going to include it? Well, if you're working with specific serums and treatments and you're using a moisturizer, well, you're using it right in between. It's after your serums and treatments but before your moisturizer. Since it is a very lightweight cream that's fast absorbing, but at the same time it treats a concern, which in this case would be puffiness and dark circles mainly. And so when looking into the setup of a skincare routine, I have prepared for you two examples of a morning and evening skincare routine so that you can see the order of application, have it visually in mind and get an overall general guide. The products that I have picked are mainly for hydration and have some anti-aging like benefits, as well as for like lightening hyperpigmentation. So we are going to get started with the morning skincare routine. Now just briefly I want to go over it. So you're starting off with the first step, which is going to be your cleansing step, or just wash your face with water. Rinse it off, pat the skin dry. Then if you have an hydrating and soothing toner at home, this would be the next step after cleansing. Apply to the skin, leave it on the skin. And then you're moving on to your specific serums and treatments. Now, in this specific case, you're layering from the thinnest to the thickest texture when doing so, if you have more than one treatment. And then after that, you have applied it to the skin, you're going to leave it on the skin. And then you're going to move on to the eye cream and apply it around the eyes. Once you have applied it, leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Give it a moment until it has absorbed into the skin, and then you can continue on to the last step, which can be a moisturizer that already contains SPF or regular sunscreen to protect your skin during daytime. Now for an evening skincare routine, it can look pretty much the same. The only step that's mainly going to change is going to be your last step in your evening skincare routine. So instead of sun protection, you can go ahead and add a moisturizer to your routine that's suitable for your skin type and needs, or just skip it if you do not feel the need at all. As for your cleansing step, if your usual cleanser is able to properly remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat, sunscreen and makeup from the skin, just go with a regular cleanse. However, if that isn't the case, I recommend doing a double cleanse, where you're going to use micellar water or an oil or balm cleanser as your first cleansing step, and then you're moving on to your regular cleanser, and then continue with the rest of your skincare routine. You could even go ahead and, instead of working with an hydrating and soothing toner, include an exfoliating acid toner to this routine as well, depending on your overall skin concerns, and still use it along with this eye cream. So it is fine to use this eye cream along with any other skincare products which you may be currently using. And so if you find the example morning and evening skincare routine helpful, you want to go over it in your own time, and you want to receive more tips about skincare in general, as well as a sunscreen guide, I have everything for you in the description box down below. Just click on the link, it will bring you to the page, and there you can go over it, and you can even download the slides if you want to keep them for yourself. So now I want to keep my main focus on the entire routine, so I'm going to go over each step so that you can see the layering as you would add it to an existing skincare routine. So again, starting off with the first step, this is going to be washing your face with a cleanser. In this example, I'm going to use Cetaphil's Daily Facial Cleanser. It's great for combination to oily skin. If you have a different cleanser, that's completely fine. Just exchange it and read on the back of the packaging on how you should use it. You can wash your face above the sink or take the cleanser with you in the shower. Either way is fine. Just make sure that you can properly remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat, makeup and sunscreen from the skin so that there's no residue left. And so now I'm going to do this above the sink. It is advised to use this cleanser with water. So the first step that I'm going to do is now wetting my face, neck and hands with lukewarm water to warm water. Then I'm going to use about 1 to 2 pumps, which is more or less about a coin size amount. And then I'm going to massage it all over my face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. In between, which is also a great tip, you can use a soft and fresh washcloth, which helps to remove any like residue or traces from your sunscreen and makeup, as well as your cleanser, so that you're making sure that everything comes properly off the skin. And then we're going to pat the skin dry. So let's go ahead and do this. So now go ahead and take a fresh towel and remove the water drops from the skin surface by patting it down. So once you're done with your cleansing step, you can immediately move on to the next step. Now the next step again is an optional step. This can be an hydrating and soothing toner or an exfoliating acid toner. I have 2 examples right here of hydrating toners, and as an example I'm going to use from Rice Toner. And so if you have a toner where you can dispense the product on the palm of your hand or a cotton pad, well, if you're going to use it with your hands, use about 5 to 10 drops. If you're going to use it with a cotton pad, well then soak up a cotton pad. Just make sure that it's not dripping wet when then applying it all over your face and neck. But before that, don't forget to give it a good shake. And then blend it all over your face as well as neck. So once you're done with your toner step, you have applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now you can move on to the next optional step, which would be serums and treatments. Layer from the thinnest to the thickest texture if you should have like more than one treatment. Now I have a few examples right here, like primarily some brightening ingredients with some anti-aging benefits as well, and an hydrating serum as an example too. Now in this example I'm going to go with the ordinary niacinamide. This is a brightening serum, but it also has some anti-aging benefits. So if you have a serum that has a thicker, stickier texture, use between 2 to 3 drops. If you have a serum that has a much thinner texture, go with 4 to 6 drops. If you should have a treatment with a pump, use between 1 to 2 pumps for your face and neck. And then blend it all over your face as well as neck. So once you're done with the application of your serums and treatments, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off, and now you can move on to the next step, which is CeraVe's Eye Repair Cream. And so that one is a very lightweight cream. As already mentioned earlier, it absorbs pretty fast into the skin. You just may need to give it a moment in between. But when it comes to the amount of product that you're going to use a very small pea-size amount, or like a rice grain amount. So you do not need a lot of product for both eyes. So, and when doing the application, please make sure to not get it into your eyes, nor use it on top of your eyelids, but you can use it on the eye contour right here, along the corners, and even like below the brow bone if you should feel the need. So about that much, more or less. Then use it between your fingertips and then start blending it around the eyes. Now you can either start blending it around the eyes, or you can also pat it into the skin, depending on your preference on how you like to apply it. Either way is fine. Just make sure that you are evenly distributing the product. So, and once you're done with the application and you can already feel that it absorbs pretty quickly into the skin, you can immediately move on to the next step. If you feel like, well, it needs a bit more time, well then give it about 1 to 2 minutes in between before continuing either towards sun protection, like moisturizer that already contains SPF, or regular sunscreen if this is going to be your morning skincare routine, or move on to a moisturizer for your evening skincare routine. When looking into a moisturizer, well, make sure that it's working well for your skin type as well as overall needs. And when it comes to the amount, use about a bean size amount. I have 2 examples right here, and I'm going to use the ordinary natural moisturizing factors. In general, the amount won't change much, so make sure that you have enough to blend it all over your face and neck, but please again do not overdo it. You do not need to have such a thick layer of moisturizer on the skin surface. A little bit goes a long way. So about that much, more or less. This can always be slightly adjusted, but again, please do not overdo it. So, and once you're done either with your sunscreen or your moisturizer in your evening skincare routine, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And this would be an example of an evening skincare routine, and when you can include CeraVe's Eye Repair Cream and how much you need to use of it. So again, remember, you do not need to use a lot of product from the eye cream to apply it on both eyes. So start off with a little bit. If you feel like your skin may be also a bit drier than my skin may be, you can add just a tiny bit more, but please do not overdo it. It should really absorb into the skin and it shouldn't leave a residue on the skin surface. Now, this is what I wanted to share with you, and I do hope that you enjoyed this video, that you find it helpful. If you did so, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. And if you now want to learn more about skincare, well, I have several videos for you on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to link some of them at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.